Johnson & Johnson may be trying to send their talc liabilities into bankruptcy to protect the company's profits. Here's a company that murdered. There's no other way to put it. Why do we look at manslaughter differently when a person drinks a fifth of Jack Daniels, drives 90 miles an hour through a school zone and kills a child? Why do we look at that person different than we're looking at Johnson & Johnson? The material they had that showed that the product they were making would cause cancer in women, slow, ugly death, that they had right in their file cabinets. And now, this is a company that's worth $500 billion, and they're looking for bankruptcy protection from some cat up in New York who's going to say, yeah, I'm a bankruptcy judge. I'm going to give you that protection. What's your take?
Again, just another horrendous story here, because we know, and the lawsuits have already shown this. J&J is preparing, all these massive payouts. And they said, well, how can we reduce this? Well, we've pulled baby powder off the market, about a year or so ago, I guess it was. And we knew that there was asbestos in there. We knew that other talc fibers were also causing horrendous problems. So let's do what all these other corporations do, what we have seen so many companies get away with. Let's file for bankruptcy. We'll create, and this is tentative. They haven't decided anything. They're discussing it. You create a little bitty shell company. So you shift all the profits over to the big company. J&J keeps those. And you shift all the liabilities over here to little bitty subsidiary that has no money to pay out.
No surprise. This is called the Texas two-step. The laws developed in Texas to where a company that has killed hundreds of people, thousands of people, that might be worth $500 billion like this company, can say, you know what? Yeah, we killed all those people. We made billions of dollars. We fooled the regulators for long enough. We spent a lot of money on politicians so we could get away with it. Now, this is the real deal. CEOs get to keep all of the billions of dollars they were paid over those years, and we're going to go bankrupt, and the family that has a mother or daughter or sister dying of disease, an ugly, ugly cancer, cervical cancer, that we don't have to pay them anything. That's the new norm. And the only person talking about it that is outraged is Elizabeth Warren. She's the only person who's taken leadership on this issue. The media won't even talk about this story.
Right.
Why? Because it's Johnson & Johnson.
Oh,
because
right.
They get paid too much money from Johnson & Johnson. You think MSNBC is going to cover the story? You think CNN's going to cover the story? Hell no, they're not.
Absolutely not. And if they do, it's only going to be in the terms of dollars and cents. What is this going to do to the J&J stock? What's it going to... No, they're not going to talk about the diseases. They're not going to talk about the deception and the lies and the documents. They'll only talk about, well, financially speaking, this might make good sense. They're ridiculous. They're bought off.
And nobody goes to prison. They have killed thousands of people, and nobody goes to prison under our new American culture. Ugly story.
It is.
This could happen, though.